Alrighty guys, hello, my name's Kristen's with Kristen's Tarot. Right off the bat, I'm a mess, guys. I got off of work at 1:15. I tried to do everything, and I didn't expect y'all to see me like this, but nothing was working. And it's a reading about separation, so that's actually perfect, because nothing's ever going to work out when you're separated from someone, right? You feel like the world's over. You feel like nothing works. So the reality of me not being able to get my stands to work, to not being able to film inside because my roommates were watching stuff, to going outside and just everything falling apart, it made sense. And it's messy. So I'm letting y'all in this reading see me a fucking mess, because my hair is not done. I didn't bother putting anything on. Let me tell you, I was already wearing this from working from home. So if you do want to pick a card, I don't have the intros for y'all to pick from, but if you want to go look at the little timestamp before you click on the video, pick a deck. I'll put the timestamps below, so you could go ahead and go in there. And again, you don't have to look at me if you don't want to. Go do whatever you got to do. Have it play in the background, because this is about the cards. It's not about me, okay? But I appreciate you all. And thank you for understanding that when I get the call to make videos, I have to take it. Because if not, I'm out of there. All right. Thank you, guys. Sorry for the double chin in advance. Alrighty. Thank you for those of you that came out to see Kristen's Tarot again. This is the first time seeing my face. That's not how I wanted it. But I'm trying to make it work. You know, I'm trying to be versatile. Just got off of work at 1:15. I had an emotional week. Mars Retrograde. Don't even get me started. So not over to November 3rd. And I'm already like, bye-bye now. Like, I don't want it. Get going, you know. So I'm really not dressed up. I wasn't even going to record myself. It's just my stands couldn't. Everything was a mess, like the Mars retrograde. You know, you want things how you want it, but it doesn't mean it's going to come to you. So you got to be patient. So I decided I'm going to take one for the team. I'm a mess. Yes. So turn off that video if you have YouTube Premium. This is not a promotion. But you don't actually have to look unless you want to see the cards. I'll show you. But this is going to be for anyone who picked POW number 1. Okay, I'm getting started right off the bat with POW number 1. I may try to record another intro before this, but if not, hey. So for POW number 1 here, I picked out 2 cards for how you were in the relationship and 2 cards for how they were in the relationship. And then basically 5 just clarification cards of why you had to go your separate ways. And then 1 from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck, and then 1 from the self-care card, because everyone needs some self-care, especially in times like this. And even if you're not watching this in Mars retrograde, that's fine. That's 100% fine. Everyone just needs to pick me up, okay? So this is POW number 1. So for POW number 1, for how you were in the relationship, we did get the Strength card. Okay, let me try to put over here, Strength, with Miss Sophia from the Golden Girls. This is the Golden Girl Tarot deck. And then I also got the Lovers reversed. So, and if you can't really see this, I'm so sorry. So what this basically just means is, like, you wanted this relationship to keep going and you wanted there to be love, but at the same time, you're kind of second guessing yourself. Like, not second guessing yourself, but it was more of like, I want this, but it's going to be a failure. And it's like, well, you're already messing yourself up. And honestly, this is the deck I chose. So I'm tattletelling on myself too. So if you're in this pile, do not worry. I'm with you. I have the strength. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can be versatile if I need to. The only thing is, I usually want to be in control. And this is for some of y'all. This may not go to everybody, but I do feel like there's a lot of y'all that y'all have had the strength your whole lives. You've gone through stuff. You've gone through stuff that other people probably couldn't even like get through a day of, and you lasted your whole lifetime, you know? And so you realize that you had to be by yourself in certain times, and that means you're amazing, you're courageous. Like, yes, I give you props, but when it comes to a relationship, that's not what a partnership's about. It's about giving equal give and take. And in this case, like, you wanted the lovers upright. It's just you've been through so much that you're just like, I don't know how that's gonna go, because I have the strength, but it's like, do they have the strength? That's what I'm picking up here. So again, take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. If this isn't your deck, go choose another one. But this is for the people that went ahead and chose POW number 1. Okay, so you have the strength to get through anything, but that strength is a lot to people who aren't ready. We're just a lot. Some people can't handle it. And then while your person, the 2 cards pulled out for them was the 4 of Pentacles. And that's Blanche, and she's just kind of like I remember Blanche was always the one who had all the men, had all the people, right? And then if she didn't get her way, she would be moping around. And it's like your person, they had it, but they didn't have what it took to maintain it, if that makes sense. Like, they had the vision, because they do have the Two of Cups here. Like, don't think it was all in your head. Like, the Two of Cups is there. It's just, they didn't, how should I say it? They couldn't see it clearly. Okay? They seem to be thinkers sitting on the Four of Pentacles. They're just straight up thinkers, and they're just like overthinking, and they're like, no, I have to be okay with this, and I have to be okay with that. And then you're over here, I have the strength. And I think you kind of picked up on like their brains going somewhere else, because male, female, you have a strong intuition. Okay. Doesn't matter the sex. I could feel the person who picked pile number 1, you have a strong intuition. And that's why you were kind of already knew, like, I want to give my all, but I don't know. Or either I don't know, or I don't think that they're going to be capable of keeping up with me. So it's just so hard, because they have the Two of Cups there. Like, they wanted it. It's just they're stuck being unsatisfied. But the truth is, life is hard. Life is unsatisfying. You have to find things to be happy about, you know? And so some it's easier than others, definitely. So I can't judge everybody. I just really resonate with the first pile of like, okay, let's go. I got it. Let's keep moving. Like, I have what it takes, but I don't know if they have what it takes, but I'm going to be okay. And that sounds selfish, I know, but it's just how I feel that this pile came. Like, you know what you were getting into, but it was like more of like, but this could go wrong, and then it manifested that. So just be careful. But the reason you had to separate wasn't for bad things. I actually see they're for quite good things. For you, pile number 1, you went back to this Nine of Pentacles energy. I'm not saying it was easy, and I'm gonna just, and yes, I try to make it clear, and I'm probably not gonna edit out. I'm just gonna keep it going and just put it through, because why not? You know, I'm already outside. It's already a mess. Oh well. So you're gonna go back to this Nine of Pentacles energy, and you're gonna be good, calm, and collected. Let me just kind of like, woo, too bright. But Nine of Pentacles energy, like, you're fine. You're not at first. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you woke up and you know, some of y'all may have did that. Some of y'all may know how to put on a show, and you're like, no one's gonna rock me. So some of y'all may have did that. But for me, I know I at least had my down days where like I didn't even want to get up out of bed. Like, it was that bad just a week ago. But like, stuff happens for a reason, and you're gonna bounce back, because the Queen of Pentacles for you is here, and there's a little rabbit, even though you can't see it here. It's a little rabbit right here. And you have the pep in your step. You're able to bounce back. Spirit wanted you to go through this because you have the strength. You have the lessons. You have what it takes to teach other people, to do readings for other people, and be able to do this, or even just to give advice in general. Like, it's we go through things for learning experiences. And this is pile number 1. You're going to be Gucci. You're going to be fine. I don't see no problems with you. You may have a broken heart, but I feel like deception isn't new to pile 1. Like, again, you were the one who had the Strength card and had the Lovers in reverse. Like, it was good, but you knew, just in case. So just be careful on how you manifest, because some of y'all are putting y'all's intuition in, and y'all don't even realize just talking, like everyday talking, you know, is, dude, I just got bit on my ass. See, I'm outside. I didn't bring no spray. It's kind of like, I was making a video on why you had to go your separate ways, right? And Spirit was like, I'm going to put you in the most uncomfortable situation and put you outside where it feels all sticky and ugly and you look ridiculous. And because that's how it feels when you go your separate ways. You feel like you're naked. You know, you feel like you're not all there. You feel like, what the hell happened? That's why you're here. Why you go separate ways. So I feel like Spirit just put me in an uncomfortable situation. I kind of feel, since I got bit on my ass right now, that this is kind of like, you had it. You didn't want it to go. But then it was like, damn, I was setting, you just look at it and you're like, I didn't realize I was setting my own self up. But don't get me wrong, this other person isn't a horrible person. Everyone has their means to do things. It's just, since they're more stuck in their head, they were doing some sneaky stuff. Even though if it wasn't sneaky to them, it was sneaky towards you. Because that's the Five of Swords. So they were doing things to protect themselves mentally, because they're overthinking. And they're like, this person doesn't move like me, so I have to protect myself over here. And you're over here being like, they don't move like, it's just funny situation, because it's, and they're in the Emperor. They don't want to move. They don't want to budge. What they've been doing, they're comfortable in. They're comfortable. Why are you going to move if you're comfortable? And in a relationship, you can't have that. You have to be adjustable, adaptable. And the reason you had to leave Because either way, you're good, pile number one. Your person's going to be good. Mentally, maybe not. Just because I feel like it's a lot of earth signs. Like the Emperor card is a fiery card. But for some reason, I'm seeing a skull in the background. Like you can't even see it. Oh my gosh. But there's like a skull in the background of a seat. And it just reminds me of like, usually that's a fire card, Aries. But for some reason, I'm getting like a Capricorn. Aries and a Capricorn. Just because I see horns. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yes, they were just in their head. But y'all had to leave this. I'm not saying y'all aren't coming back. This isn't a reading saying like, oh, are they going to be back? No, this is why you had to part ways. So the rest, look, they couldn't even talk because I can't even talk right now. Usually I'm able to do readings like nothing and I'm having problems talking. So they maybe even had problems communicating with you. Like something that seems simple to you where you're just like, hey, spit it out. They just didn't have a way to put it across. You know, they would say something and then you may take it the wrong way. And then they're just like, well, I'm fucked either way. And if you don't like cursing, I'm sorry. I'm just going with the flow of the night of how things are going. So do not worry. Y'all had to leave. Y'all had to separate. Y'all were too close to the situation. Y'all had to find y'all balance. But don't worry because Miss Betty's right there. She's finding balance. Usually it's an angel pouring in 2 cups. But you're finding balance. And y'all are going to be good. Even if y'all come together, you don't. Because again, this is why y'all had to separate ways. Because you had to find the balance and you had to be the magician. You had to realize what steps you did that were wrong in this relationships and what steps you did that were right. Okay. So for you, pile number one, since you're looking for answers, I definitely feel like, again, you're going to be fine. You got the 9 of Pentacles. You got the Queen of Pentacles. You're Gucci. Your person, hard-headed, but that's their own thing. This is about you. But it's supposed to bring balance and be able to make you manifest what you want in this lifetime. And I'm so sad because, like, this is even to get them to spread their wings. But it's kind of like you have to let them do it. You can't. And I just skipped. I'm so sorry. This was the Psychic of the Tarot Heart. I know you're like, Kristen, why'd you jump? This is the Psychic of the Tarot Heart. It said spread your wings. Because I'm getting the messages across. And I'm just like, man, the whole reason of this union was so y'all both can spread your wings. And you could both see what happened. Like, see where y'all were wrong. See where y'all were right. See where y'all could fix things. And I feel like a lot of y'all do want to fix things because why you here, you know, and you're already spreading your wings, but it's like, will the other person spread their wings? But Spirit, keep me on track. See, got me going everywhere. But the key to this is playfulness. This is the self-care card, the one that's going to help you feel better. Again, I was in bed for like a week. Like I didn't want to do anything. I know for sure I called out of work one day, but like for really mental health day, like again, being like a roller coaster and not seeing this coming, I had to take a break, you know. I still make time for friends, and actually friends are the reasons why I was able to make a bounce back. I ended up going to a wedding in my situation. If you don't have a wedding to go to because of COVID, understandable, but at least reach out to friends via phone, play games, you know, find a way to bring out your inner child, play with a child. Children are your greatest teachers. So even if you have little ones, you know how they hurt themselves, but then they get over it eventually. You know, they don't hold on to it for a year. They don't hold on to it for 2. They're just kids and like, oh, I hurt myself right now. But then they'll go play and then forget everything. So it's just saying like, hey, don't take this so hard. Like it happened. You had to go separate ways to learn. Because if you were going to go down the same road, it just wouldn't have been healthy for anybody. So this is why you had to go separate ways. But the elephant with the trunk up is good luck. So, of course, I wish you all the best. And thank you for coming to Kristen's Tarot, okay? So, pile number 1, it was everywhere. We got through it. You're strong. Keep going. And please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what kind of card readings you want so I could put them out too. And just thank y'all so much. I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. Just a quick recap. If you don't want to see my face, I look like a mess. I understand. Got off at 1:15, had the urge. Came outside, was trying to record. Stuff was falling, wasn't working. And I was like, let's just get this done. Let me just record it. So if you don't want to see me, if you have YouTube Premium, just go ahead, turn off the screen and just listen because it's about the cards. Okay, it's about the message more than me. Maybe one day I'll do a reading where I'm all glossed up. But honestly, I wanted this more to be about the cards. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is why you and your partner had to go separate ways. Okay, so what I did is I pulled out 2 cards for you. I pulled out 2 cards for your person. how you were in the relationship, and then I pulled out 5 tarot cards just to explain why you had to go your separate ways. I also have a psychic tarot of the heart, only 1 card pulled for that, and then also the self-care card, I pulled out 1 as well because everyone needs a little pep in their step, to keep going. Okay, so right off the bat, I do see here you with the Ace of Wands. So you, my friend, you have the ability to keep it going, and I give you props, because if you look at the clouds don't always look white. They actually look like a storm's coming in, but you're still able to grab out and make your reality yours. Do what you want and not be a victim to what's around you. And I give you props on that, because not a lot of people can do that, especially with the Temperance reverse card. So this lets me know that you were not balanced. But again, the whole goal is to be of higher purpose, to find your balance. But a lot of the times we're not going to be in balance. Up to you to get yourself in balance. So I just want to commend you, because it's not the easiest on being able to be so creative in a situation that represses you. So I just want to applaud you on that, because it's a beautiful mess that I see here. For your person, I do see that they did have the 3 of Cups energy. Usually that's celebrating, so that could be celebrating too much, or it could even be gossiping, or if they don't normally do that, if your partner's not that type, could be video gaming, something that they do quite frequently, where you're like, okay, like I get you're doing that, but hey, don't forget about the home too. But they also never forgot about the home, because they have the 4 of Wands. So it's just like two, I see them being celebration, or wanting to be with their people, but then also focused on the home. But it's how can you do both? How can you listen to your people and then focus on the home? Because the home should only be with 2 people. And of course, the kids, whoever else that should be. If you have an open relationship, that's on y'all, But I'm just saying that there's a lot of you, person A, is, we're going to get this through. We got this. I can make it work. And this other person is just, I can make it work too, but then is caring too much about the outside world. That's what I feel like. And it's even shown in the cards of why you had to separate, because right off the bat, here's the 10 of Wands reversed, and then the 9 of Wands. So this speaks to someone lack of priorities, someone not wanting to go march up that hill, to go finish their duties, not someone not wanting to put in everything, they just don't think it's worth it, and then someone else putting in, they're like, no, we got this, or it's almost there. But it's if you have one person who's fixing everything and one person destroying, it's what are you doing? It's push and pull. You're not going to get nowhere. So that's kind of how I feel like this relationship went. I just feel myself getting pulled everywhere. And then with the Devil card, also known as the Capricorn card, it's chainment. Have you ever been in a relationship where you care for each other, you love each other, it's strong, it's passionate, but then you get lost in each other, and it's I keep hearing beautiful chaos. It's beautiful because you're I don't want nobody else. This person is my person, but then you're just but they're not working with me. Every time I take 2 steps forward, they're taking 2 steps back. They're not letting go of baggages with the 6 of Swords reversed. They're not letting go of past things that happened. How are we ever going to move forward if they're always bringing up the past? Putting this Lovers in reversed here, we were upright, and then it's just, this communication is not going anywhere. It's just not working. I don't know what's happening. I feel I've been stabbed in the back with the 10 of Swords, mentally stabbed in my back. Could have been physically too. Take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. I don't expect all of y'all to be actually stabbed in the back, but I do just feel it's damn, I thought this person was my person, but we're not on the same page, and I just want them to be here. I just want them to be here with me. I want to make sure that we make it through. But how are we going to make it through if they don't even, I can't even communicate with them properly without it being a thing? What the, that's how I feel. So the reason why you had to part ways is because the communication isn't where it was supposed to be. People were holding on to things, and it couldn't be a fresh start, because someone was always reminded of being stabbed, of death, of having to now do a whole, it's not the Judgment card, but whenever I think 10 of Swords, death, I think of rebirth, because if something got destroyed, it has, I like the Phoenix energy, especially with you with this Ace of Wands energy, being someone who can go through the storm, get through it in your beautiful chaos, find your way. The death is not true death for you. You extend higher than that, So the reason why you had to leave this relationship just wasn't working out. You can't communicate with the wall, So Again, this is why you had to go separate ways. You had to go separate ways because you had to learn to take the lead of your own life. You had to be the fire. You couldn't let someone else be the fire for you. You couldn't be addicted to this person forever or be tied to them forever and not know what you could really do without them. Again, this isn't a reading on if you're going to get back with them. This is why you separate ways. So you're the author of your own story. So if you want to make that work, that's up to you. That's not this reading. This is why y'all had separate ways. If you like that reading, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure to do that reading if y'all are getting back together, if that's what some people want to know. But the reason you had to leave is so you could take charge of your life, take the lead, be the fiery person you were meant to be. And so you can have some achievement. With the self-care card, it's achievement. Chase your dreams. You may be surprised where they lead you, okay? So chase those dreams. People always limit themselves, and I'm like, why? And I'm even guilty of that too. I limit myself all the time. The reason why I don't sometimes do YouTube videos is because I'm my own worst enemy. And then there's sometimes, again, where I have the urge, and I'm going to post myself looking like a mess because we're all a mess. Like, I don't even... This is why you have to go separate ways. I was telling this pile number one, like, I feel like I had to go through this and be outside because nothing was working inside. Nothing was working out here. Like, I would put it on stands and do this, and that, and it just kept falling over. And I was like, I guess they're meant to see me like a mess, because whenever you go through breakups, that's what it is. It's a mess. Why you had to go separate ways is because a mess happened. So I just feel like it's an extension of the reading. So just know that this isn't the end for you. This is the beginning. Rebirth moment. Even though it's a Ten of Swords and you're supposed to be done with that Ace of Wands energy, you can't be done. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And just know you have a lot of things to achieve out there. And don't let your fire go out, no matter what. Because people be trying. People will try all day. Don't let your fire go out. All right, pile number two. If you like this reading, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'm going to put my info below. You can follow me on Insta, Twitter. Insta, I'll look way better, let me just tell you. But I do hope you have a great night. And remember, don't be so hard on yourself. Sometimes life's just a pain in the ass. And sometimes it's Mars retrograde. And if you're not watching it during Mars retrograde, that's fine. Timeless reading. Good night, guys. Alrighty, so this is for everyone who picked pile number 3, the owl. Right off the bat, if I look like a mess, got off of work at 1:15, this wasn't planned, nothing was working out, roommates were inside, I want to make sure they can do their thing, wouldn't disturb the video, came outside. What I'm saying is, since this is a pick a card on why you had to go your separate ways, they're always messy. You know, they never work out how you're supposed to be. So the reason why I'm outside and nothing worked out and I look like a mess is because that's how separations go. So let's go ahead and go. If you don't want to see me, go ahead. And if you have YouTube Premium, just turn it off, put it upside down. If not, you could just turn it around or whatever. Just listen while you do something else. But the whole point of this reading and how I'm going to do it is the reason why you had to separate. So the first 2 cards are going to be for you. The next 2 cards are going to be for your person, how you were in the relationship. The next 5 tarot cards after that are going to be the reasons why you had to separate. I have a Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck, 1 card here for confirmation of why. And then also a self-care card just to help you get going, and also just what steps need to be taken now, you know, because separations can be hard. Definitely. So right off the bat, I see you coming in with that energy, pile number 1. And I just want to say I appreciate you, because you were coming in, you wanted this. You're like, of course, why would it be on this reading if I didn't want it? But it's the 4 of Wands. It's like completion home with the rose blooming and the jewel. Like, this is what you wanted with them. You were serious. You wanted to be grounded. You wanted your dreams to come true. And with the Knave of Cups, it's the Page of Cups. Your intuition was in this. You're like, there's nobody else. Like, I want this, so I'm gonna make it happen. And that's because, let me tell you, you've been the more balanced of the other decks that I've read. And I'm just talking about your feelings for the person. This is not other aspects of your life. This is just how it was with them. You were the type, you already knew what you wanted. Your cup was full from abundance. You're okay, you know? Because even though it's someone trying to get a message across, or like intuition, some people say as well, I do feel like you had a feeling of how you wanted your life to go before this person even came in. But then when this person came in, you were like, I can make this work with this person. Like, so I definitely like that. And they did have the energy and the feelings for you with the Two of Cups. They did see you as your person. Don't ever think that they didn't. Just stuff happens. Life happens. A lot of things happened that got this person in the Hanged Man energy. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm getting a lot of bipolar energy from this. A lot of like, oh, I did want this person. But then stuff keeps hitting me. And I know that from personal experience. Like, I felt like that for people. This isn't even my deck, but just in general. Like, I've had those instances where it's like, I was so sure of this person, and then it just switched up on me because I don't know if I could trust him. So it could be someone who has bipolar like myself. It does make them more open to things around, especially if they don't know how to control it. So it's hard for someone who feels and thinks other people. And some people, like, I feel like this person honestly didn't even know what the hell was going on either. Like, they just didn't. They couldn't comprehend. Like, they're like, oh yeah, this person's here, but I can't trust it. Like, that's what I'm like. I can't trust this. Like, so they did want you. It's just they couldn't fully trust the situation, and that honestly sucks. It could just be that the communication wasn't there. Maybe you thought the communication was there, but this person, again, is up in their head 24/7. Actually, I heard it never stops going. Like, the little engine that could, even though they could, they shouldn't have did it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you could do that, but stop. That's what I'm like. This person, calm down. You need okay. The Two of Cups, you should have just stopped there with that energy. But now you're coming in with the Hangman. You're getting yourself stuck. Like, I'm getting a lot of like, oh, but there was other situations and I'm not in control. I have a feeling that they couldn't be in control. And that's what scared them from this. And I was louder in my other piles, but this one makes me want to be quiet. Like, this one makes me want to go in my head. So I could tell, like, they were like, with the Ace of Wands reversed, they didn't think this had what it takes to create a spark. They even thought if this gets going, it's not going to go anywhere. They were caring too much about what other people thought. Like, on the out, there could have been like, for some of you, it could be family. Others of you, it could be friends. It could be roommates, you know, where it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, and that sucks because they had the feelings for you. It's just, they couldn't do anything because they were stuck in their head. And I'm actually sad because I feel like this person was really sad. Like, I feel like this person did get torn up about it. And, like, they can't even tell you how torn up they were about it. Because, like, even though you thought you were coming in and you thought you were being honest, like, stuff would come out of nowhere. Like, that noise, I don't know if y'all heard it come from the side of the house, the air conditioning coming on. Sometimes things just come out of nowhere and you don't expect it. No one sees it coming, and it just sucks. So I feel bad for pile number 3. I mean, of course I feel bad for all piles, but not having someone who's fully in control and making their own obstacles, that one hits close to home for me. So I'm just like, oof. But with the Ace of Wands reversed, they just didn't think that they had there's no fiery energy to keep this going. And even with the Chariot card, this is all about strength. But the only thing is, if one person has strength and the other person doesn't have strength, then it makes no sense. Especially since this person, it even looks like the two people are fighting, like the two horses. I'm saying people because I'm taking them more spirit guides than horses. Because it's like the black and the white, you know, balance. So it's like, how are you going to get on the chariot and ride it and be safe if you're going everywhere? Like, it makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, if one horse is going this way and another one's going this way, we're going to crash, honey. We're going to crash and burn. And that's what I feel was going on. Like, y'all both had strength, but y'all had strength in, like, what you already knew. See, Ace of Swords reversed. It's like a double-edged sword. Y'all both had the power, but I feel like no one, like, even though you feel like you were clear, I literally feel like no one had the power. No one had the power to actually get out of their comfort zone. I'm so sorry. It's just, y'all giving me anxiety right now. Like, I feel like there is anxiety from both sides. Like, you thought you were being clear. It wasn't clear for them. They're having their own mental stuff over here, okay? Let me tell you, like, oh, I keep touching my head because it's people. It won't stop thinking, like, yo, we're both so strong, and if only y'all could get on the same page, like, But obstacles, like, that's what I'm telling you. I don't know if you had roommates, if you had family. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. But Five of Wands, obstacles, 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 obstacles in the way. Coming from the front to the side, sides to the back. Like, what's going on? You know? And Six of Swords reversed. It's a lot of resentment, baggage that no one wanted to let go. So this lets me know y'all did have a lot of stuff going on even prior, which understands why you think that you put everything out there and they think that they know they want you, but like there's just too much stuff coming in. There's just too much. Y'all had a lot of things y'all had to confront within yourselves and with the people around y'all. I really feel like there's more people in it than, even if you didn't know, I still feel like there was more people in it. I'm not saying third party energy, but I am saying someone should have kept their mouth shut. Like, someone, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like someone didn't know their head from their ass. I'm just gonna say that. And what sucks is, like, I really feel like it's a mental thing for this person. Like, I really do feel like they had some sort of, like, something wrong with them. Like, I keep wanting to say bipolar, ADHD, like something was wrong. But don't think it was easy for this person to leave. Honestly, you may have left first. I'll be very honest. Because, like, I feel like this is just one of those things where just had to go. You had to confront things. Shadow selves. Y'all both had shadow selves to deal with. And I'm 1,000% sure it wasn't y'all same shadow side. Like, it was personalized to y'all only. And you had to go separate because you have to figure out yourselves. I feel like it's still going on right now. Like, you have to figure out yourselves. But does this mean this is over? No. Even if you're looking at this and why y'all got separated in the past recently and then y'all got back together, just know it's because y'all weren't on the same page. I'm not saying y'all are getting back together, but all I'm saying is, like, this one hurt me. Nah. This one hurt me. This wasn't even my pile. My pile was pile number 1. But this one hurt because, like, and you can't make someone else grow up. I just want you to know, like, you can't make someone see out of your eyes. They have to do it on their own. And then you hope that they come back. So, confront. The whole point of y'all's breakup is because it wasn't going to go pretty the way it was going. Y'all would have hit a wall. That was, it was just better for y'all to separate. Let's just say that. Whatever your circumstances may be, work on your shadow self. But the advice for you from the self-help deck is wait. Honor your resistance. Sometimes no action is the best action of all. Because honestly, that's what you have to do to confront yourself. You have to be able to sit by yourself and wait and think, what's happening? Why did this happen? Where did I come into play? Because a lot of the situations where I see where relationships falter, and I shouldn't even be preaching, but I still am, is because, like, they don't see what they did wrong. And I'm actually preaching for personal experience because it takes two to tango. And I think everyone just needs to see out of their eyes that no one's actually the enemy when it comes, unless you're in abusive shit, then leave that for sure. But, like, I don't know. It's so hard because I'm able to see from all sides, and I've seen some abusive relationships that actually do get better. I know you're like, Kristen, that made no sense. And I know it should be like why y'all separate, but this one just hits. It just sucks when two people were meant for each other, but it's just because they didn't do their shadow work that they had to go apart, and that's what makes me sad. So I'm not telling you to wait on this person. If it's anything to wait, I would say it's more like wait for before you hop into another relationship to actually work on yourself, and so you're not a hot mess. Right now I'm a hot mess. Let me tell you, I'm sweating outside. It's ugly out here. It's muggy. Luckily a bug didn't bite me yet, but, like, it's saying wait because you need to work on yourself. And then once you're done confronting your shadow self, if you want to go back, that's up to you. If you want to go to a new relationship, that's up to you. But it's just, there's a lot of inner work that has to happen. Okay? So pile number 3, the reason you had to separate is because things would have just been horrible. And I see so many different situations in my head, and I can't cover them all, but just know it had to be done. And if you just wait, confront your shadow self, meditate, do what you need to do, y'all are going to be okay, okay? Y'all know what steps to make, because they'll be loud in your time of reflection. But I'm going to stop here. If you do like this, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to do it only the cards next time to where you don't see me. My Twitter tarot is below as well. If you want to look at my Instagram and see how I look all dolled up, you can definitely go there too. I have a bunch of different sort of highlights on there where you could see people I've read, my reviews. But just thank you so much for hanging on to the end, guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your night, morning, whenever you see this. Bye, guys.